Hello from the cabin. I've only been at this about a week and I feel like I'm breaking with tradition by filming at night. I don't know how it'll work, but I'm giving it a try. And I'm breaking with my little beginning tradition by trying to talk standing up. We'll see how that goes too. I'm a writer, and so I spend most of my time sitting down. I have a desk, there's my cat Simeon, I don't know if you can see him or not, and I have a table and I kind of switch positions between them. And sometimes, you just need to move. As a writer, I've learned a great deal in the last year from, of all things, writing a blog. It still sort of is a surprising thing to me, but it's the immediacy of that medium that I've just noticed that, I'll think about something in the evening and that, I'll write about that tomorrow. But in the morning, I'm not there anymore. I'm not in that place I was in the night before. I've just never had that experience of just almost of a disconnect, because writing is so continuous. And so you might work on something over and over and day after week after month. And with this blog thing, it's like, no, boom, today's the day. And I found that very fresh and in a way kind of more honest than anything else, any other writing that I've done. And it's helped me to be more casual and friendly in my writing style, and to move from head to heart, which is my continual, movement has been for many years. And of course, now I know I'm going to discover a lot through video too, and I've already begun to do that. One of the things that I've discovered already has to do with editing. It's like, as a writer, if you don't choose the right word, you just go back and revise. And with this medium, what I say is what you get, And so the other day, I used the word should, and I heard it right away, and I went back and said, that's not what I meant. But it got me thinking about shoulds. I think shoulds are behind my kind of rebellious nature. My husband once said that, he called my mom and her best friend the Should Sisters, and I just love that. I don't mean any disrespect by it. I think we all grow up with shoulds, maybe some of us a little bit more than others. But I grew up with a lot of shoulds, and I've spent a lot of time being conscious of that. And it's really easy over time to see the changes in what is commonly understood to be what we should be doing. Probably the easiest example is with health and food. How they're always saying this huge scare, don't eat eggs, and then, it's okay to eat eggs, or don't drink coffee, and then it's okay to drink coffee. Don't drink wine, and, I have a few glasses of red wine, So there's all those things that kind of make you feel that your instinct and not, jumping on those bandwagons wasn't so bad. And I think if you're my age or near my age, we're really the first generation to have grown up in this TV age, and now we've moved into the information age, but we've the first generation to have been bombarded all our lives in quite the way that we have. And I sometimes think of TV as nothing but a big heap of shoulds, and mainly the commercials, but really the whole of it sort of plants these ideas in your head, and sometimes subtly, and sometimes not subtly. And to become conscious of that is kind of an important thing, I think. Then there's also your history. And I've had a thing about pants lately, which I'll tell you about, but it got me thinking about how when I was young, the person who most symbolized the style of the time was Twiggy. And if you're too young to know who Twiggy is, she was a stick-thin model with blonde hair and it was stick straight. Now at that time, when that mattered to me, I had flaming red hair and curves, and my hair would frizz or curl up at the blink of an eye. I even tried to iron it with an iron on an ironing board once in a while, and none of that worked. So having Twiggy be the standard was not exactly great for me, you know. Now at that time they had hip huggers, and these hip huggers were fine with me then, but they seem to have made a comeback, and I absolutely cannot stand them. And I didn't really realize that until about a week ago. I was cleaning out my closet and I found this pair of jeans that's probably a good 10 years old, just a basic pair of knee jeans, and I put them on and they still fit, and they came up around my waist, and it was like, oh my God, what a relief. And then I realized how really uncomfortable I was with this new style of jeans. It's like, it's almost, I swear that it has changed my posture. It's like I'm walking around with my stomach sticking out so that I can hold them up, or I'm cinching them up with a belt. And then the style even went so far as to include sweatpants. And this really is crazy. I actually brought a pair out to demonstrate. So you know how incensed I am about pants at the moment. But these are my little bit of a tulle pant. They're not really very full, but they're clearly below the waist, and they have no pocket. And this is the way they're making women's sweatpants now. Now this pair I have on with nice big pockets are hand-me-downs from my mother. And you can't hardly find them. And this really is sort of a pet peeve of mine, that designers seem to think that women are chained to their purses and that we wouldn't like a pocket to put our keys in or anything. And you know, that kind of goes to the historical nature of shoulds. And a better example maybe is my dad, who he had this big country mailbox, and every day he would get a mailbox full of mail, and he felt that he had to look at every single piece of that mail and look at it closely. And this came from his past, you know, from a time when mail was precious. And so that's another thing that kind of disturbs me sometimes, is the cat. And this is Simeon. Isn't he gorgeous? But the way this media comes into our households, sort of without our volition, you know, and just that constant bombardment of shoulds and the need to get away from them. You know, there's that saying that we create our own reality, and I think my feeling is that we can create our own experience if we can get away from the shoulds. And the experience that I'm real interested in creating is the experience of love, continuing with that movement from head to heart, and really getting to the center and the authenticity of myself. But more than that, and I'll tell you, my grandson Henry has shown me more about love than I've learned in my whole life. Now maybe you could say that my spiritual life has shown me more about divine love, or you know, shown me that there was the need for this move from head to heart. But Henry has shown me the act of love, and that came really quickly with recognizing that any role that I might have in my grandson's life wasn't going to be about giving him any more shoulds, and that I was not in his life to mold him. He came into this world his own person, and I'm here to recognize that and to honor it. I'm here to tend his spirit. And that kind of gave me a way of thinking about myself, but particularly all the people that I come in contact with, thinking about relationship, that, you know, that tending of spirit.